Ibadan. Follow us for top-notch news and entertainment updates. Don't miss a thing. So, pick up your phone and follow us on Facebook at Power365FM, Instagram at Power365_FM. Power 365 Radio, your number one online Southwest radio. This is Power 365 Radio. Get ready to experience dynamic energy and professionalism. At Power 365 Radio, we pride ourselves on being your go-to source for authentic news and insight. Be it breaking news, thought-provoking discussions, we are your number one online radio station in Southwest Nigeria. We are dedicated to delivering top-notch content that keeps you informed, entertained, and engaged. Stay connected on Power 365 Radio by following us on all our social media platforms, on Facebook at Power 365 FM, Instagram at Power 365_FM. Power 365 Radio, your source for news and insight. This is Power 365 Radio. Get ready to experience dynamic energy and professionalism. We are your number one online radio station in Southwest Nigeria. We are dedicated to delivering top-notch content that keeps you informed, entertained, and engaged. Stay connected on Power 365 Radio by following us on all our social media platforms, on Facebook at Power 365 FM, Instagram at Power 365_FM. Power 365 Radio, your source for news and insight.
Good morning and welcome to yet another interesting edition of Newspaper Review on Power 365 FM, your number one online radio in the city of Ibadan, the Asian city. That's where we are situated. Please do well to reach us on all our social media handle on Facebook at Power 365 FM, on YouTube at Power 365 FM, and for the TikTok lovers at Power 365 Online Radio is where to watch and listen to us live on web, www.power365fm.com. This morning, I have a lot of news stories on my table as I'll be visiting the Punch newspaper this morning. Just in, as France denounces rail line sabotage ahead Olympics opening ceremony. Afenifere urges organizer to shave planned hunger protest. And also on business side, Vivian Wilson meet Elon Musk 20-year-old transgender daughter. And also I have this 250,000 naira minimum wage where labor unions they dreaming. And on politics this morning, Senate passes bill to make local government allocation public. Iwanyanwu and Hiroko that has fallen in Igbo land. Kalu hugs others mourn. Solido mourns Yanawu's passing, says it's monumental loss. And also on business side this morning, manufacturers will adjust the tariff hike with improved power supply. Federal government surpassed budgetary target, says Minister. All of these are bringing to your hearing this morning on Newspaper Review. Please don't touch it out. Stay back. I'll be right back. France denounced rail line sabotage ahead Olympics opening ceremony. The massive attack against France's high-speed TGV rail network was an outrageous criminal act, Transport Minister Patrice Vegete and said Friday, hours ahead of the Paris Olympic opening ceremony. There would be very serious consequences for rail traffic throughout the weekend, with connections toward northern, eastern, and northwestern France halved. Vegetative said, while rail operators SNCF Chief Executive Jean-Pierre Van Drozov said 800,000 passengers were affected. You can pick up a copy of the Punch newspaper and read further details on that as France denounces rail line sabotage at Olympic opening ceremony. Afenifere urges organizer to shave planned hunger protest. The Pan-Yoruba Socio-Cultural and Socio-Political Organization Afenifere on Thursday appealed to Nigerians to circumspect on the issue of the nationwide protest being contemplated by some people in the country. Afenifere, in a statement by its National Publicity Secretary Jare Ajayi, deposed that while the people have an inalienable right to protest, consideration should be given to the general atmosphere surrounding the planned protest. He said information at the disposal of Afenifere is that the planned protest is to draw the attention of the government to the excruciating situation in the country. As the saying goes, those who feel it know it. In other words, Nigerians consider protest as a way of registering their displeasure, perhaps disenchantment over what many are going through. It is in order, but there are some factors that need to be put in consideration. First is whether protest is the only means by which the government attention can be called to the perceived hardship in the land, and if the protest path is to be taken, what form should it take? Engagement is a very potent instrument not only to call attention to the situation on ground, but to decide on what the way should be. Incidentally, the federal government has not only expressed awareness of what is going on in the country, it has expressed a commitment to engagement with Nigerians so as to find solutions to the myriad of challenges that the country is facing, challenges that are the basis for the planned protest. You can pick up a copy of the Punch newspaper and read further details on that as Afenifere urges organizer to shave planned hunger protest. 250,000 minimum wage where labor union daydreaming. $250,000 minimum wage where labor union daydreaming. Globally, the number of people living in extreme poverty has increased following the fallout of the COVID-19 pandemic amid subdued economic growth. According to the World Bank Poverty and Shared Property 2022 report, a total of 712 million people globally were living in extreme poverty in 2022 using the monetary extreme poverty line of $2.15 per day. The majority of those people, almost 500 million, live in sub-Saharan Africa, with Nigeria accounting for at least 83 million. In other words, 4 out of every 10 people in Nigeria are extremely poor, and these may have worsened since the removal of first subsidies and exchange rate devaluation policies introduced in the last 1 year by the administration of President Bola Tinubu. The World Bank has advised that for Nigeria to lift millions out of poverty through pro-poor initiatives, the fiscal space has to be unlocked by reforming the expensive subsidies, including first subsidies, alongside countervailing measures to protect the poor as the reform take effect. The Tinubu administration has followed this direction by wasting no time embarking on this reform as soon as assumed office in May 2023. The now popular phrase subsidies gone and the easing of the foreign exchange market have led to an increase in the price of premium motor spirit petrol from an average of 238.11 per litre in May 2023 to 750.17 per litre in June 2024, and a depreciation of the foreign exchange rate from 461.26 per dollar in May 2023 to $1,584.5 in June 2024. These reforms have since exacerbated the inflation rate in the country, rising from 22.41% in May 2023 to 34.19% in June 2024, with food inflation reaching 40.37%. The excruciating and debilitating effect of inflation has led to the Ibin Bawao outcry by countries, which literally means the Nigerian masses are hungry. You can pick up a copy of the Punch newspaper and read further details on that, as 250,000 minimum wage were labor union daydreaming. Senate passes bill to make local government allocation public. The Senate has passed for first reading a bill aimed at enhancing fiscal transparency in local government administration. The bill, known as the Local Government Fiscal Accountability Bill 2024 SB 549, mandates the publication of monthly allocation to all local government areas from the Federation account. Senator Saliu Mustafa, representing Kwara Central, and the bill sponsors highlighted the importance of the legislation in fostering public trust and confidence in local government operations. Speaking to journalists on yesterday, after the passage of the bill, Senator Mustafa elaborated on the bill's goal. He said transparency in local government finances will lead to more effective and rapid development in rural areas and help curb rural-urban migration. He noted that local governments are the closest arm of government to the people, and that making their revenues public would drive development and accountability. He added local government chairmen do not have constitutional immunity. By publishing their revenues, we encourage them to utilize funds wisely and effectively. As the chairman of the Senate Committee on Agriculture Production Services and Rural Development, Senator Mustafa emphasized his commitment to motivating local government administrations to prioritize rural development. He expressed confidence that the bill would achieve its intended goals and significantly contribute to national growth and development. You can pick up a copy of the Punch newspaper and read further details on that as Senate passes bill to make local government allocation public. Iwanyawu, an Iroko that has fallen in Igbo land. Kalu urges others mourn. Abian's including Senator and House of Representative members, has lamented the death of the President General of the Hanuze Undingbo, Chief Emmanuel Iwunyawu. The Abians include Senator Oji Kalu, Enyi Abaribe, Theodore Mofwele Oji, and the Deputy Speaker, House of Representative Ben Kalu. The Senator representing Abia North and the National Assembly, Kalu, expressed sadness over Iwanyu's demise, extolling the virtues of the late elder statesman. Kalu, in a statement, acknowledged the remarkable contribution of the late prominent businessman and politician known for his significant contribution to various sectors, particularly in the socio-economic and political development of Nigeria, stressing that the late philanthropist lived a purposeful life dedicated to the service of humanity. Among the demise of the President General of Hanuze Ndigbo, Chief Emmanuel Iwunyawu, the late eminent businessman and politician, was a patriotic elder statesman and selfless leader who was passionate about the growth and progress of Nigeria and would remember for his good deeds and worthy legacies. He was indeed a man of honor. His dismissal is a big loss to Nigerian and Hanuze in particular. You can pick up a copy of the Punch newspaper and read further details on that, as Iwunyawu and Iroko that has fallen in Igbo land, Kalu, Hoji, other mans. And on business side this morning, manufacturer will adjust the tariff hike with improved power supply. The Ondo State Commissioner for Energy, Razak Obe, has said manufacturers will adjust to paying more for electricity as they get better value. He told the Punch that it would take some time, but manufacturers who had fought against recent electricity tariff hikes to adjust, noting that they were better off with electricity from discos than generating power by buying AGOs. If you want to get power, you pay a little more, the Ondo Energy Commissioner stated. Obey, a speaker at a breakfast seminar hosted by the Lagos Chamber of Commerce and Industry team developing a sustainable energy market in Lagos on Thursday yesterday, said the profitability of the discos would grow the market and make it more sustainable as the cost of electricity generation was high. Other speakers at the energy seminar included the Lagos State Commissioner for Energy and Mineral Resources, Biodun Ogunleye, and the LCCI President, Gabriel Idahosa, who recommended strategic initiatives, collaboration, and innovation as a path to sustainable energy in Nigeria. Ogunleye emphasized the importance of sustainable electricity market for Lagos State's Nigerian economic powerhouse. The commissioner highlighted the necessity of reliable electricity to powerhouse businesses and industries, acknowledging the persistent challenges of insufficient generation capacity, aging infrastructure, high transmission losses, and inadequate distribution network. You can pick up a copy of the Punch newspaper and read further details on that. As a manufacturer, we adjust to tariff hike with improved power supply. Before we leave, let's quickly run through all the headlines once again. Before I take the headline on sports, the Super Falcons of Nigeria lost their opening game to Brazilian by a goal to nil, even though they imputed all the possible effort to make sure they came out victorious in this particular game, but it all ended in favor of the Brazilian by a goal to nil. Their away next opponent, which is Japan, Spain, which is Spain, in their next Olympic game. We wish them all the best. Okay, let's run through the headlines once again before I leave the studio this morning. France denounces rail line sabotage at Olympics opening ceremony. Afenifere urges organizer to shave planned hunger protest. 250,000 minimum wage were labor unions daydreaming. Senate passes bill to make local government allocation public. Iwunyawu and Iroko that has fallen in Igbo land, Kalu Hodge other mines, proof power supply. And in sports, the Super Falcons lost their Olympic opening game to Brazil by a goal to nil, and they await Spain in their next game. Thank you so very much for joining us on Newspaper Review. I am Ibidakbo Miracle Oluwadamilola, ably representing Olamide. Please stay tuned to listen to our Yoruba version up next. Thank you so very much for now. I am out of the studio. Stay out of trouble.
Don't turn off your radio. You are listening to Power FM. This is 365 Power FM.
Tune alive and get ready to power up your day every day on Power 365 Radio, broadcasting from the city of Ibadan. Follow us for top-notch news and entertainment updates. Don't miss a thing. So, pick up your phone and